So, fear.
Yeah.
Hello, fear. Goodbye, fear.
Mm-hmm.
What is this fear you're talking about?
So, I learned that the strongest emotion is love. Strongest positive emotion is love. And the strongest negative emotion is not hate, it's fear. And it just has its various expressions, whether it's anxiety or worry, or it comes from, that's the root of it. When I had my daughter, I started becoming moody. I was sad. I struggled in school. I couldn't learn. I would look at the board and it was blank. I'll be in class, so exam will come. I used to sleep in class. My mates to come. I'm like, I lacked, motivation. I lacked. Fast forward a few years later, we're talking 2013 rolls in, and I'm in my house. But I would sit down, I'll feel like I was descending into a dark world. Like my mind, I'm just there, but my mind, I'm descending, and the light is going out, and eventually it's pure darkness. So I'm looking at you, but I can't see anything. It's dark. The world is dark to me. And then I just started having, I would have suicidal thoughts. My mind was unfocused. I just felt fractured inside. I was ill all the time. I would have heart palpitations. I'm just giving you a background of all these things. I was always just deeply sad. I mean, people just thought, oh, Ruby's moody. I was like, I'm a moody person. Then I go back home and I see our family doctor, and he runs a battery of tests, and it's like, I don't have high blood pressure, I don't have ulcer, I don't have hypertension. Then he realized something. He said, you're depressed, and let me even rewind a bit. He gave me he gave me a list of pills to take, and I went to the pharmacist and I gave it to him. I looked through, I was like, okay, malaria, this one, typhoid. Then he looked, he said, Auntie, is this drug for you? I said, yeah. He looked again, he said, are you sure? I said, yeah. So he gave me grudgingly, but a doctor had prescribed it, he saw everything. So I took it and I called the doctor. I was like, oh, I got the drugs, but when I mentioned this, like, yeah, you're depressed, it's an antidepressant. That was the first time in almost 10 years that someone correctly diagnosed that I was depressed. That was when I knew that was what was disturbing me.
So you had it for 10 years.
I didn't know. I just thought I was moody. I just thought that's who I was, right? But somehow, you function. Like you said, when you have a kid, you figure yourself out. But it was tough. It was hard. Remember at that time, I lost my voice. So I went to meet my voice coach. I was like, train me. He said, Ruby, you're sad. Of course you can't sing. So one day I was just kind of online, just Googling stuff. And he said, depression is a spirit, and it must be fought with the word of God. I say, I have my answer. And I remember sitting down, and I'll just go through Bible verses. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper and not to harm you. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom should I fear? Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. And that's what, people have their various ways on which they say you can deal with depression. For me, it was the word of God. Now, when I knew I was sitting at home, and I just felt something seize me. Die, kill yourself. Because I would be at home. I missed to say, I forgot saying, I would be at the floor rolling on the ground. Thoughts, kill yourself, die, you're useless, you're this. I'll be rolling on the ground quietly. My daughter is on the bed, and I'll be screaming in my mind.
Because you can't scream out loud.
So, sorry, be more. And so this day, I was sitting at home, and I felt something seize me, and I started to tremble. So I ran and I picked up my book where I wrote these Bible verses, and I started to speak them out, and it lifted. And then that's when I knew there was a separate entity from me, harassing me. So I kept building myself, And this particular day, I felt it come. And I sat up and I said, if I slap you. And I felt the thing turn tail and run off. And that's when I can truly say I was free. Now, do negative thoughts come sometimes? Yeah, but I know I can deal with them. I know what to. And truly, I could say that's where the line came. So when I started thinking of the song and trying to express it and talk about it, I realized that it was just, I likened it to just this relationship with this very toxic relationship, and you try and get out of it and you can't, and you think you have left, but you keep going back. But then one day, God in his mercy just said, you know what, I will help you. And he picked me up and pulled me out of that dark pit. That's what I could say. Goodbye, old friend. Goodbye, fear. Goodbye, depression. That's the story.
I think that's the bulk of it. I just have one more
Yeah.
question to ask. If you saw that old friend right now, what would you say to it?
I will give it hot slap. Truly, like, there's a line that says, you said I'll never fly, didn't recognize. It was you all the while feeding me the lies. I'm done with that. No more me and you. The phrase is good riddance to you. That's what I would say.
Right.
Good riddance to you. You know, and just one thing before I go. Depression is not, in my humble opinion, it's not something you say, I'm depressed. Don't hold, it's a terrible, horrible, life-destroying thing. I'm just fortunate that I had my faith to keep me going and to get me out of it. But it's just not something that you should just accept, because it's a life stealer. It's a waster, you know. So that's what I'll just say.
All right. That's a wrap for fear. All right. So much more.